Did you know that in Grand Theft Auto 4 you can find Eugenic's cold storage facility? Except that this isn't a normal storage facility. Eugenic's stores and freezes semen. The reason I felt the need to clarify is because a warning on the building advises ladies to wear protection, as they may accidentally become impregnated inside the building. Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you the things that you may have missed in your favourite games so that you can look really clever in front of 50 very hungry crocodiles. Leaving a like is always a really cool thing to do, and be sure to leave your suggestions in the comments down below and I'll make sure that you get a shout out in the credits at the end of a future video. Oh, and before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Arena Breakout Infinite. Arena Breakout Infinite is a free-to-play immersive extraction shooter that is finally launching into early access on August 13th. Now, you can actually pre-download the game on August the 12th, so you can jump straight into the action the next day, which you'll definitely want to do. Launching with early access is a new armory map which promises thrilling close quarters combat, multiple new weapons and features, 4 new supported language options and much more. Whether you're a hardcore looter shooter pro or a complete novice, Arena Breakout Infinite has something for you, with exceptional quality of life features that many other looter shooters, Tarkov, just don't have. I mean, it also doesn't hurt that graphically, the game looks amazing. So if you want to learn more about Arena Breakout Infinite and help support the channel in the process, be sure to click my link in the description or in my pinned comment. Once again, a massive thank you to Arena Breakout Infinite for sponsoring today's video, and without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with a game that I've been looking forward to ever since I played the demo. Now, on the surface of things, Crime Scene Cleaner is another game that sees you cleaning up other people's homes. And to be fair, it is that. But it's also so much more. I think the thing that has me hooked is that each level has loads of secrets to find, with one level in particular beginning as a normal cleanup before becoming much worse. Now, when cleaning the various crime scenes you find yourself in, the temptation to be a little nosy can get the better of you, and you may find yourself peeping in the drawers of the now deceased homeowners. Well, in some of these drawers, we can make some pretty funny discoveries. First up, during the game's third level, you can find this. Now, there's a certain section of people watching this video that understood what this was supposed to represent almost immediately. But there's also other people who just see a white sauce bottle surrounded by 5 darker sauce bottles. Well, this drawer is a reference to a very famous movie scene that has become a pretty popular meme over the years. Moving swiftly on, the other interesting drawer that I've discovered can be found on the Haunted Manor level. So it seems that mice have grown tired of their more technologically advanced namesakes and decided to put an end to their pointing and clicking once and for all. Like I said, I really like this game, so if you happen to have played it and know something that I may be interested in, then let me know in the comments. Now, for this next detail, I need you to bear in mind that the Bad Boys 2 game released in 2004. That's 20 years ago. You see, the Bad Boys game is kind of, well, bad, but there is a certain lighting effect that seems so far ahead of its time. In various levels, thin wooden boards are used to barricade windows so that any potential bad boys in the area don't witness any criminal goings on that may or may not be happening. Well, what I found really cool is what happens when you shoot one of these boards. So the gunfire will cause light to burst through the hole and into the room. And I don't know about you, but I think this looks really cool. Like I said, an effect this advanced has no place in a game as awful as Bad Boys 2. Now, there's a lot to hate about modern gaming, but something that is often overlooked is the fact that developers can now add features to their game just about whenever they like. For proof of this, look no further than Lake. You see, if you've played Lake, then you'll be aware of Mildred's house and its cat inhabitants. Now, since the game released, these cats were strictly look but don't touch. But thanks to an update that released just last week, that has now changed.
Oh, you want some cuddles, huh?
So not only can you now pet Mildred's cats, but you're also given the option of how you would like to pet Mildred's cats. So the next time a game tries selling you a shitty microtransaction, remember, not all video game companies are money-hungry ballbags. Now, if there's one thing that I love about the PlayStation 5, it's the controller. We've already covered a couple of really cool details about the Dualsense in this series before, with the most recent example being found in Spider-Man 2, where Venom would speak to you through the controller's speaker. Well, today's Dualsense detail admittedly isn't as cool as that, but I still like it. A big part of the Borderlands 3 experience are elemental weapons, and if you're ever stuck wondering what kind of weapon you have equipped, well, you could just check here, or you could look at the light on your PlayStation 5 controller. So here is how the controller looks when wielding a normal weapon with no effects. And here it is when using a fire weapon, a toxic weapon, or an electrical weapon. So the light on the controller will change depending on the element you have equipped. Don't get me wrong, this isn't the most impressive use of the Dualsense that I've seen, but it's still a cool trick to show your friends. Now, given that YouTube is my full-time job, you'd think that I would spend all day playing loads of great games. But that just isn't true. Because I record everything myself, I often find myself playing some games that I just don't enjoy at all in the name of capturing that one clip for a video. That means that I often don't get the chance to play the games that I do enjoy. That is, unless it has something that needs recording, and thankfully that was the case with this next detail. I loved the Resident Evil 4 Remake when it released, but never got around to playing the Separate Ways DLC that launched in September of last year. But it's home to something really, really cool. Now, if you didn't know, the Separate Ways DLC takes place at the same time as Leon's adventure from the base game. In fact, it's even revealed that the reason the villagers leave Leon alone is because Ada rings the church bell. Of course, if you've already played Leon's campaign, you'll know that in the church is Ashley, the president's daughter. Well, if you climb on the roof using Ada's handy grapple hook, you can hear this. So standing on the roof, you can hear the cries of Ashley coming from inside of the church. It's a nice touch, especially as there isn't any real reason to be up here. Well, except for treasure hidden in the bird's nest. Now, in a game as old and as popular as Simpsons Hit and Run, you'd probably think that there was nothing left to find in this cult classic. Well, hopefully I can prove you wrong. If you head to the lighthouse at night and pay attention to the sky, you can see this. So the shadow of Homer will appear in the sky. Even if you're a die-hard hit-and-run fan, fingers crossed you didn't know that. So that's it. If you have any cool things in games that you think I should check out, then please leave them down in the comments. Big or small, obvious or not obvious, if I think it's cool, I'll include it in a video, and of course credit you like these people here. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.